Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome along to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us for a Thursday edition of a launch day. Can I just say I'm uber excited about today. I've already had a taste as to what is going to come with that Wake Up Call, which hopefully you joined us for a little bit earlier on. But we've got a brilliant couple of shows lined up for you. Later on, possibly one of the most exciting cartloads you will ever see. And before all that, a brand new launch. I'm just marvelling at the amount of new products we're able to bring you here at Crafters Companion on such a regular basis. Hats off to all of our team for getting all of these brand new goodies to us. And this is a collection I think you're going to absolutely love. It is the brand new Slimline cut and emboss folders. And a little different as well, actually, to the ones which we launched back sort of 3-4 weeks ago. Which you'll see in just a few moments' time. But if you enjoyed that launch, you will absolutely love this brand new collection that we've got to bring to you as well. First time you've seen them here on Crafters TV, you'd expect to be paying a small fortune for these because they are so amazing. But of course, with the launch day, we make sure you get the best deal as well. More on that to come in just a few moments' time. But let's have a look at what you can be making with these brand new cut and emboss folders with the lovely lady who joins me, not just for now, not just later on, but for the next few days. My TV wife is here and she's looking, gorgeous. The lovely Debbie Robinson. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Bit of Matt Lucas in there. Absolutely. I love. Honestly, I'm really excited about this one, guys, because I adore embossing folders, full stop. But embossing folders that give me a die cut at the same time with these fantastic Slimline cut and emboss folders, I absolutely love. And these are the kind of things you can be making. We already created this one this morning. A lovely effect that these have got. That Slimline feature is very on trend, whether it be portrait way or landscape way, and taking it into things like your shaker cards as well, Ben. I mean, I love that squares, the interlocking or connecting, whatever you want to call it.
So cool.
Squares, circles. You call it circle?
No, I said so cool.
Oh, so cool.
Definitely not circles.
Absolutely gorgeous. But there's lots of ways that you can do these and use them. And I am going to show you some of the ways. These are some of the makes that we're going to be doing throughout the show. So I've got easel cards in here. I've got fold back, a double fold back card, so you can go really big. Do you want to go really big? If you want to go really big, is he zooming in, is he zooming in? There we go. You can go really big as well. They may be slimline in nature, but there is a lot of things that you can do with them. One of my favourite techniques. I will never, ever tire of doing this technique. Absolutely fabulous. Now, you'll have noticed some have got like an aperture to in them, and some of them have got, or some of them, proper English, Debbie. Some of them have got a lovely lift-up element to them as well, which means, guys, you can create beautiful things. And well, no Debbie's show is not complete without a little bit of a lighter box, because I do love, but this could also be a gift box if you put a lid onto the top as well. But I just love these, the designs of them. They're bright, they're beautiful, they're slimline in nature, but think about all the ways that you can use them. And before we go into a demo, when we come back to me, I'm going to show you those multiple ways that you can use them, because there's tons of ways, Ben, absolutely tons. I can't wait to get started.
Oh, yes, we cannot wait to show you all of the demos, and actually I bet you cannot wait to get your hands on these too. I'll show you the brand new collection. We'll get the price up on the screen for you as well, and we'll go through all of the embossing folders. I mentioned the previous launch that we did because, as I say, if you like that, you'll love these. But also, if you saw the previous launch and maybe you didn't buy them, or maybe you just jumped in and got one or two, we've got a great deal coming up where you can pick and mix. But let us show you this brand new collection, 3 3/4 by 8.5 inch Slimline cut and emboss folders with 6 beautiful designs. And like Debbie was saying, do you know what? These are so like of the now, aren't they? These Slimline cards. And what we love about these particularly, as you can see here, with this beautiful floral embossing folder, you've got the beautiful emboss, but look, you've almost got that liftable technology going on, as opposed to the previous embossing folders that cut you that aperture. So absolutely stunning. You've then got, of course, these beautiful butterflies. And again, take a look at the beautiful deep emboss that you've got. And again, how gorgeous is that? That you've got all the detailing on the wings of the butterflies that you're just able to lift out of your projects as well. These are so super usable. Love the fact that these are kind of versatile as well. Here's your beautiful spring blooms. Again, you've got that beautiful sort of foliage running through the background there. And then these beautiful springtime flowers that just pop up out of your creation. And again, if you've never used these before, just take a look at these beautiful interlocking circles. It's so simple to be able to create the basic card, if you like. And then if you just decide to add your inks, add your colors, pop on a little sentiment, you've got yourself an absolutely standout card as a complete beginner, as a complete novice crafter. That's why we love these cut and emboss folders so much. The entwined hearts here, again, you saw the finished card that Debbie made earlier on Wake Up Call. Again, the designs are just absolutely phenomenal. I've got to say, I think this one here is my fave. It's got a bit of a futuristic / gamer sort of feel to it, sort of a mazy sort of feel. We were chatting earlier on about this, someone mentioned about that, if you've got like a gamer in the family, it would make like a great little sort of Pac-Man card, which I absolutely love. But the designs are amazing. The price is phenomenal, because this brand new collection that you're seeing for the first time today, which is £90 worth, $101 worth, you're not going to pay that. We're going to save you £30 or $33. If you are a platinum member, or indeed if you are purchasing these as your first ever purchase with us and you've signed up to Club Inspire, you'll get 20% off. So you're going to pay just £47.97 or $54.24 today. Now, it is pretty much, but yes, Georgina, buy 4, get 2 free. I did also just want to point out to you as well that if you decide to go down the multi-buy route, if you don't want to go for the full collection, that's fine, because what we're doing is we're doing a buy any 3 for $33 or $38. And when we say any 3, we mean any 3 from this collection, and you can also mix and match from the previous collection, which I can recap for you in just a few moments' time. But details on your screen there of all of these for you individually. So $11.99 or $13, if you just want to buy one, you can. $13.56, but any 3 for £33 or $38. And as I say, we've got that previous collection for you as well. Shall I just quickly show you the previous collection, which was, we worked this out, didn't we? Was it back on the 6th of October, did you say, that we launched this? So whereas the collection that we're bringing you now brings you sort of that detail and gives you that sort of liftable element, I suppose, the original, if you like, cut and emboss folders that we brought you in this Slimline design, cut you out that beautiful aperture. So you can buy these as a bundle, as you're seeing on screen now. This is the deal which we brought you when we launched them. So it basically works out that you're getting 3, but you're only paying for 2, which is a fantastic deal. So you've got your beautiful square chevrons. So you've got the beautiful chevron detailing with those 3 square apertures. This one here we absolutely loved, which is your happy hearts. Again, loads of beautiful little heart flourishes in the background, and then those 3 apertures. Again, brilliant if you like to be able to create your shaker cards. And this one here was my absolute fave, the pretty polka dots. I remember this because we launched these around the time the new James Bond movie came out, and I said if you made a card like that, you could make a James Bond style card with like the gun barrel. And then I started doing impressions of James Bond. Then I did a Pierce Brosnan impression. Then you all said to me that it was a rubbish impression, and we started having a bit of a...
I never heard of a Pierce Brosnan one.
Oh, you don't? Maybe later.
He was one of my favourite Bonds, I have to admit, because I love a bit of Pierce Brosnan. But yes, I'm going to say as well, Sean Connery.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
yes, Miss Money Bunny.
Yeah.
Sure. You can get this collection for that price here. However, if you go, well, actually, I quite like the square chevrons there, but then I also want to get this one and this one from the new collection, you've got the ability to do that, because you can get 3 for £33 or $38. It's entirely up to you.
I like that.
Yeah, you can mix and match across the 2, you see, Debbie.
You kept that quiet.
Oh, no.
You kept that quiet. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. Actually, do you know what? I've only just literally completed this week a craft along, and I used the hearts. We did a cube card.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
be able to go back and have a look at that. Well, I only did it the other day. What day are we on?
Thursday.
Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday?
What?
Tuesday?
Who?
Monday?
When?
One of those days. Just go and check it out. It's a craft along. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. I love the idea that you can mix and match. I think that's fab.
Yeah, it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. Listen, there's loads of you already in. Thank you for all of the hellos. Susie's our social media superstar today. Hi, Susie. And hello, few here. To Kathy, who's in from Nashville, Tennessee. Beverly's in from Tennessee. Barbara's in from Indiana. Alexia from Florida. Deb from Missouri. Kim from East Yorkshire. Donna from Duncan. Okay. Duncan.
Oklahoma?
Yeah, no. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Tarazona's in from Ohio. Amy's in from Michigan. Gail's in from Maryland. Betty's in from Oklahoma. Nanny to the girls is in from Wisconsin. And Cindy Lagrue is in from Belgium. Lots of you already in saying that you're loving the deals. Hi to Shadiah. Hi to Becky. Hi to Monica. And hi to Bridget. Loads of lovely comments coming in for our Debbie as well with her new hairdo. The new Slimline, Debbie, and the new nails as well. I mean, triple threat over there. Quadruple threat, because she's going to start crafting as well now.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. Can I just show you these before we start crafting?
Oh, yes.
Let me just show you. So, Slimline, on trend, absolutely fabulous. But as a crafter, and I know you are the same, I want something that gives me versatility. I do not want a one-trick pony.
No.
I want something that gives me so much capabilities when it comes to getting creative in your craft rooms. And I know that you, sat there with your little cuppers now, absolutely are the same as me. And that's why I love these. So I'm going to show you, first things first, Slimline. And again, whether you're going to go Slimline Portrait or Slimline, and this one's a lovely one because it's a curved one, or Slimline Landscape, it's entirely up to you. You can then take it into your Slimline shaker cards.
Yeah.
You can then go into things like easel cards, and again, using some of the waste there to create the easel stopper that I always talk about. Absolutely fabulous. You can then take it into extending it. So taking a bigger style card, so maybe a 5x7, well actually this would be like a 6x8, wouldn't it, when you think about the size of the Slimline folder. Extending it just by taking it onto the edge of the card, so you can go bigger if you want to go bigger. The fold back is what we're going to focus on as well. We're going to do the fold back card because I absolutely love that one. One of Sarah's favourites. Who says because it's bigger that you can't go bigger? Double Z fold card.
Z-fold, yeah.
I mean, look at that. How funky is that?
It
Do you know what? Actually, look at that.
When you close it up, I don't know if anyone else sees that, but it looks like a game controller to me.
Yes.
As well.
Do you know what it looks like to me? A pair of eyes, a pair of ears, and a nose.
I tell you, it looks like the robot. What's that robot called? Johnny 5 is alive.
What?
Johnny 5 is alive. What was that? He looks like that robot from Johnny 5. What was that from?
Oh my God, I was thinking of Metal Mickey. Is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Metal Mickey.
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if Leanne and the team realised. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, that's absolutely fabulous.
5 is alive. Sorry.
Then you crack me up. Now, do you want to go bigger? So a Slimline, but do you want to go bigger?
Yes.
Of course you can. Double up your card, double up your embossing folders. Look at that, you can't even tell. Because the connecting feature there is, you can make it go bigger. And I love that. Is that clever? Isn't that clever?
How is that?
Well, if you did see me with these the other day, I did show you how to do this. So when I had the craft along in the morning on the wake-up call, I actually did a design using the squares and the chevrons, and you measure it to the size of the 2 embossing folders. So in this case, it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So you're going to go on, double it up, and then you're going to put them side by side to create that. And that's exactly what you can do. And if you want to see that technique, go back to wake-up call on... But it's Tuesday.
I don't know.
I know. I'm like, I've slept since then. I'm not sure. What's this? What's this?
I don't know. It's what you're doing.
Right, come on. Let me show you some more. Let me show you some more before we finish. Are you ready? So watch this one. Do-do-do.
Oh, yes.
Do-do-do. Look at that. Absolutely fabulous. Now, this was my craft along project. But I didn't do it with the entwined circles. I did it with the happy hearts. But
that's
look,
so
this is
clever.
what you can go back. Producer Georgina, you're going to have to go and find out. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and it was 3 p.m. I can't remember which one it were, but just so we can tell you. And you can make this. This week, I made this, but in a different design. And I did say to you, coming up on Thursday was the launch, and you could adapt it to the brand new Slimline cut and emboss folders. So if you want to go back and see how that's made, go and watch that craft along from Tuesday. Until thank you very much, producer
What's
Georgina.
Tuesday?
Thank you very much. Tuesday, wake up call for that double-sided extended one. Tuesday, 3 p.m. UK time, craft along, where you can do the cube one. There you go. Thank you.
Phenomenal. Well, hopefully that's got the old creative juices flow just a little bit. And whether you're going for the brand new collection, which by the way is already flying out of the door, or whether you're going for the 3 for £33 or $38, or whether you're mixing and matching this with the previous collection, however you're doing it, make sure you grab these deals because they are phenomenal. And again, if you're brand new and you're looking for super usable, super easy to craft tools, then these are great because you're getting the two for, aren't you? You're getting the cut and you're getting the emboss. One pass wonders again. Slimline cards, very a la mode, very trendy right now. So you're kind of like ticking so many boxes by getting this collection. And again, a collection which I think you'll come back to time and time and time again. Loads of different designs, loads of different ideas for lots of different projects right throughout the year. That's why you'll love this collection. Hadassah says, really versatile. I have to have them. Mary Beth saying, hi, I haven't really got into Slimline card making before, but this might be the time. Val saying, hello Ben and Debbie, have the first set of these and I somehow ordered nearly everything on Wake Up Call, just couldn't let the bargains go. Yes, Val, great shopping. Can't load later on, going to be off the charts. Patty says, these two are cracking me up. We can see how the shows are going to go today. It's going to be mad. And also Linny on Facebook says, Ben, you sing far better than Piers Brosnan. Thank you so much indeed. Yeah, he was a great Bond, wasn't he? Not so good in Mamma Mia. Right, I mean, he was great at acting, but his singing was not, it wasn't brilliant.
Do you know, I've never seen Mamma Mia.
What?
I love Piers Brosnan, but I just can't bring myself. Mamma Mia's not for me. And I love ABBA. I love ABBA, but that film, nah.
Why not?
Nah.
Why?
I don't do singing films, nah.
Well, do you know
Unless
what?
it's Wizard of Oz. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all old classics.
Greatest Showman.
I love that. No, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Modern Times, Greatest Showman, class.
You've got to
Absolute
watch
class.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah, well, maybe one.
I'll lend you the
Maybe
DVD.
one.
Anyway.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Right, come on, let's get cracking. So I'm going to use the interlocking squares for the first one. So we're going with that fantastic robot. I love it. I can't. Do you know when you can't unsee something now? I can't unsee it.
Other way round.
I just.
Oh no, or is it?
I had it right way round.
That now looks
No,
like
now,
a
look.
ghetto blaster
Oh, it does.
as well.
It looks like a bit of turntables as well. Do you know?
Yeah.
the-
DJ Debbie in the house.
Now we are going to use this, and I'm going to talk about how we use these, because as always, Ben, with every show we know that there are brand new viewers. They're sat there, they're not commenting, but they're actually listening and watching. And we do know, because we had a lovely lady called Edie join us the other day, and it was the first time she commented, but she'd been watching us brand new. So I do know that we have new viewers all the time. So this is an embossing folder with a difference. So you have a plastic folder that's got embossed details, and I don't know if you can see that. There you go, you can see it there. That's your embossed detail. And then on this side, not only have you got a more embossed detail, but you've got metal inside as well. So there's metal that does the die cutting. And then the white bits, and I know I might sound like a broken record, but it's just so you're aware, it's actually sponge, and you'll feel that when you touch it. It's a sponge to release the die cut, because we don't have any release holes in a cut and emboss folder. Very simple, big design though, simple, straight, slimline, and it measures at 8.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So I've taken a piece of cardstock and I'm keeping it. I always say that I like to start with something simple. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to keep it nice and simple for that first one, and we're going to progress through the show until we end up on that lovely light box. So again, place it into your embossing folder, bring in your platform. Now for a cut and emboss folder, it will just fit onto a Gemini Junior plate, because it's 9 inches a Junior plate, and this is an 8.5. So you can see it fits there absolutely fine. For a normal standard embossing folder, it's 2 clear cutting plates, No different for a cutting emboss folder. So it's your 2 clear cutting plates and you're going to run that through. There may be a time where you need to tweak it depending on your machine, but you'll know your machine. You might need to add in your metal shim into there, and that would be a little bit for an extra oomph, but it may be that you just need extra pressure in your machine, but that's the only time you would tweak that, so to speak. And it's not to be confused with a 3D embossing folder. There's only one level of embossed detail in there with the metal, which is why it's called a cut and emboss folder. Now then, get rid of all my bits. Actually, do you know those bits would come in handy for something else? That you could use those. Could do a bit of paper piecing back in as well. Oh yeah,
absolutely. In the gubbins box.
And can you see the release? You just simply just lift that off. That's what that sponge does. It just releases it easy and makes it very easy then for you to get out those waste bits. So that's that done, Ben. As easy as that. And the embossed detail, I just love it. Can you see? Even on white. Come on, look, he's doing it again.
He's coming in, George with the joystick.
Coming in close. Come on then, coming in close. Look at that. If I tilt it that way, can you see it? Let me go that way.
Perfect.
Even beautiful on white cardstock. And I am going to keep it really plain. Now, I did say you could do things like taking inks. Jan had some fantastic products on yesterday, which will work beautiful. Do you know the polishers and things like that?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You could go and glide over the top, or you could simply take a little bit of sparkle.
Yeah.
And I've just got my clear overlay, and I'm going to go around that design just to add a touch of sparkle over the top. You could be doing that with your paint markers. Ooh,
nice.
Just thinking the tri-blund. Rewind. Do you know that collector's edition, special edition box that we had?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know that tri-blend metallic? Not tri-blend metallic, tri-colour metallic.
Yeah.
You could do that as well. Honestly, the only limit, another cliche coming up, warning sign. The only limit is your imagination.
That's it.
This, absolutely, you can literally lift off that detail, that embossed detail, with whatever you want. And I think, maybe some nice diamantes going around there, some nice gems going around as well. Emphasise that. Now, I think I've got everywhere, because I just wanted a little touch of a bit of a sparkle, and that's what I've done. But I'm going to keep it like so. Okay, I love that design. That design is so cute. I can see a rabbit.
I can see a rabbit now as well.
I can see a rabbit. Little nose.
Yeah, just there.
Little ears. Little eyes. Big eyes. Big eyes. Big square eyes. Woo! I love it. I love it.
Is this one of those things where if you can see a rabbit, you're such and such a person? If you can see Johnny 5 from Short Circuit, you're such and such a person? If you see some DJ... R2D2?
R2D2, I can see R2D2 in there as well.
Which one was R2D2? Was he the...
Star Wars.
Yeah, which one was he then?
Oh, wait a minute. Little fat one.
The little white one?
The little fat one. Oh, look at me. That's the wrong one, isn't it? The big one's...
The big one's C3PO, isn't he?
CP3, yeah.
The R2D2 is the little one that goes... doesn't he?
That's the one. That's the one, Ben. Right, guess what I'm going to create with this one? Got my panel.
Yep.
Could keep it nice, simple, just beautiful like it is. However, we're going to make a shaker card. So I have gone with traditionally, this is matte black cardstock. And again, if you want the measurements for this, it's 8 1/4 by 9 inches, scored down the middle to create my lovely DL size, slimline size. I've taken some of that beautiful cardstock that it had. I keep calling it blues and twos, but it's not blushes. Blues and blushes. Do you know those gorgeous paper pads? Not paper pads.
Yeah.
Wash your mouth out with soap,
Blooms
Debbie.
and blushes.
Cardstock, yes, that we had recently on birthday launch with the USB.
Blooms
Them pads.
Yeah.
Those cardstocks.
Blush and blue.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Took it from there.
Yeah.
Double-sided, luxurious, pearlescent cardstock. So I'm going to do a little bit of matting and layering. Have I dried up? Oh, I have, look. Let me just get rid of me glue gubbins.
By the way, Kim Kitchell says, Debbie, I didn't want to see Mamma Mia either. I watched it last year and I loved it. Give it a chance.
Oh, right.
There is a Mamma Mia 2, George. It's not as good. Don't bother with that so much.
It's got Cher in it, no.
Cher comes in at the end.
No, is it the end?
She's in it. She's in it for a bit of the end. Meryl Streep's in it as well, yeah.
No.
Pierce Brosnan. Colin Firth.
Colin Firth?
Is that what I mean?
Colin Firth in it?
Colin Firth. The guy who's in Bridget Jones.
Oh my God.
That
Love
guy's
Actually,
in it.
Bridget Jones.
Yeah, he's in it.
Mr. Darcy. Oh,
What?
Mr. Darcy, Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, be still my beating heart.
Yeah, oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I love Colin Firth.
What, more than me?
No, you win hands down every single time. Every single time. Right, so I brought in some heavyweight acetate. I mean, to make a shaker card, what do you need?
I don't know. What do you need? What do you need?
Foam on a roll!
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
Woo! You've got to do that. Woo!
Oh, sorry. Woo!
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 The hair punch. Woo!
What? Woo! He just snorted.
Oh dear. Oh, I can hear producer Georgina. She sounded like H from Steps in my ears then. Whoop, whoop.
H from Steps?
H from Steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she sounds like in me here.
Oh, why does he go whoop whoop, does he?
When he's doing the whoop,
Whoop
whoop.
whoop. Whoop whoop.
Right.
Yes.
What we are going to do, Ben, is we are going to attach our acetate to the back. We're having far too much fun. Come on, we've got a job to do. We're having far too much
Stop messing about, yeah?
Stop messing about, Ben.
We're
Come
not
on,
here to
stop
have
messing
fun.
about. So I'm using my dotty tape pen. Do you know why, Ben?
Why are you using your tape pen?
Yes.
Well, because there's lots of intricate bits to stick.
Perfect answer, Ben.
Thank you.
Perfect answer. So yes, absolutely. Use your dotty tape pen. There's lots of intricate parts to this, as we've just worked out. All his eyes and his ears.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to unsee this ever again now. So.
Well, Patty says you could paper piece it to look like a rabbit.
Yeah. Patty, come on. That is an idea and a half. Wow. Wow. I am loving the creativity that is flowing through everybody today.
I can't wait to see the projects.
I've got my beautiful acetate at the back. You can see there, that lovely shine. So we are going to put our foam in that circular thing that we're not going to mention again because Ben will not stop bursting out into song.
He won't.
We're going to go all the way around. Now I'm going to have some free-flowing sequins. But if you just wanted to like have a little area, because it's the connecting squares, you absolutely could, Ben. Do you know why? You could tailor off little
like
areas.
portions of it. Yeah.
So you could do portions of it. So, shall we?
Do it.
Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's change this up from the original one. So I'm going to go around the two eyes as I now see them.
Yes.
I'm always doing this, Ben. I'm a little devil.
You
I have a demo in mind, and then
just go off
just
piste.
go off piste. Yes, because I do like to change things up a little bit. But yes, absolutely. Let's section a couple of those pieces off.
Yeah, just to say as well, for those, there was a lot of chat yesterday about masculine and male cards, and there's people going, oh, what would be, great for making that? And now there's a lot of people saying this particular cut and emboss folder has got like a great design for it for a masculine card. But basically, a lot of people saying great for masculine cards, great for gamers as well. This particular design. So yeah, absolutely. If that was you yesterday, thinking, what could I go for? This would be great. Just a quick question that's coming from Kendall, who says, what's the difference between heavyweight acetate and heat-resistant acetate?
So heat-resistant acetate is where you can do things like your heat emboss techniques, do you know, with your inks, your sticky inks, your embossing powders, and it's lightweight. And it stands heat. It withstands heat. Heavyweight acetate is more of a construction one. So when you're doing things like your your boxes or your card bases, and you want something with some construction weight behind it, heavyweight acetate is exactly why you need, and that's why we have a couple of different ones. And they do. It's a bit like the glues; they do a different job. So absolutely, for something like this, I would use an heavyweight one, not a heat resistant. I would save your heat resistant acetate for your heat resistant techniques. Just seeing if I've pulled that off as well, Ben. No, you haven't took them. You haven't took your little segments off. I'm actually going to do a little bit of double foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll. Hey! That's it. That's the one, the air punch. I'm not going to say that again. But I'm going to double it up. So I'm going to go round now because I want my sequins to be able to manoeuvre.
Oh, yeah.
Manoeuvre around, Ben. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go over the top with the foam.
Yep.
Yes, with the foam.
Yep.
And that gives me a little bit of height. And it means that the sequins can move around or whatever it is, especially if you're putting things like gems. I like doing shaker cards with gems because gems is a nice idea. And you can buy them as cheap as chips on the internet if you want to buy loose gems. So yeah, absolutely. But they need space to move, to manoeuvre around because otherwise they can, because foam,
Yeah.
yeah,
What are you
foam,
using?
this foam is thin. It's not got a lot of depth to it.
Okay.
It's great stuff, don't get me wrong, but if you want your things to move around without getting stuck into places that shouldn't be where they should be sticking,
yes.
then do double up. It's always good to do the double up bit of
do the double up.
of the foam. We've got to have it. We've got to have it that way, haven't we? We've got to have it that way, yeah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to peel off again. So make sure and give it a nice good contact. So go back round with your finger and give it a nice little burnish. And that'll just help stick that down as well. And then just, again, let's take that off. Let's...
There's as much chat in the comments about this brand new collection as there is now about Colin Firth. It seems, Debbie, that you're not the only one who goes a bit giddy when Colin Firth...
well, he's just divine, isn't he?
Oh, hang on a minute. So Colin Firth or Hugh Grant is what George has just asked.
Yeah, so I do love Hugh Grant as well. I'm not going to lie. However, up against each other, Colin Firth will win hands down, head and shoulders every single time. However, give me Piers Brosnan. Brosnan.
Yeah.
See, I remember him in Remington Steele days.
Remington Steele.
Yeah, that's when I first fell in love with him.
When he was a bit of a young...
Yeah.
Whippersnapper, wasn't he? With the he had the flowing locks then, didn't he?
Flowing locks.
Long black hair.
I know, but he's still gorgeous.
Tall, dark and handsome,
He's one of those men who's he's got better looking with age, a bit like Gary Barlow from Take That.
Oh, Gary Barlow, yeah. He's a good example of that, old Gary.
Yeah, so he's got better with age. Like a fine wine, get better with age. George Clooney, yes.
Oh, here we go. They're starting now. Georgina's just gone. George Clooney. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. My wife says that about me as well. She's like, oh, you get better with age.
Oh, what was that?
My wife said that about me.
Oh, is that good? Is that good?
Well, she didn't. She said I'm making it up. She actually said a while back that I look better on TV than I do in real life. That's nice, isn't it? She actually said that about me.
Is that what she said?
Actually said that, yeah. You're quite good looking on TV, aren't you? More so than you are in real life. Thanks very much.
You. Now I'm going to give you a little top tip. You ready for a little top tip?
Yes.
Because you got foam on a roll. Oh no! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Oh! Quit singing it at me. Oh, I'm going to learn. Thank God I've got no more demos with it. I'm going to give you a little top tip. I want to get my piece positioned into place. So I am going to put some runny glue across the top of it. And people often said to me, why are you doing that? It's a bit of a waste. Well, it's not. It gives me some wiggle time. So do you know when you've got this said foam and you want to get your sequins in and into place, it's the best thing to do is just pop some runny glue around the back and it gives you the wiggle time that you would normally get with it onto cardstock, as well as it onto the foam.
Is it good for longevity as well, adding a bit of glue?
Oh, absolutely. It's good to double
foam.
strength. You're double gluing. It's like with anything, you're double gluing. Now, I'm just going to remember where I've put my little eyes. So I'm going to go in that top corner. Now, I've got some blue. Look at these.
Here's a good question whilst you're just putting the sequins down. Vicky says, how do you keep the sequins from sticking to the foam?
Aha.
Aha.
Aha. So this is what I do. I spread them out.
Right.
I get them all out. I've probably gone a little bit heavy-handed there, but we'll be all right. Just make sure when you're doing it that you've got them into position. So before you actually go in, that way you can tell, I don't know if you can see now, but I've got them into position where they're not going to literally, and in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to have some in his nose. It's not really his nose, but you know what I mean. It is his nose. It is his nose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to split those up because I've got the foam in certain areas. Let's give them a little split. I'm going to evenly flatten them out, but I'm going to position them in a place where I know they won't get stuck onto my foam.
Yes, foam.
Foam. So Debbie's got one stuck there just then. Right, so we're ready to go in. And I'm just going to, can I just bring this down a little bit further? I'm going to go in and you might get a little bit of a headshot here, but apologies. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of time. Get that in. position it down. I've got the wiggle time to manoeuvre it, and I'm going to check that I've got no sequins before I actually stick it down, and I can see one trying to escape.
Yeah, a little sneaky one.
Yeah, a little sneaky one. So I'm just going to go back down again. You come out, you little devil. I'm not having you either go in or you come out. It's up to you.
Make your mind up, one or the other.
Make your mind up, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go down that side. So before I've positioned, I'm all into place. I'm going to push, flatten, and then just make sure I've got the contact that I need. So I'm going back over with my fingers, burnishing where I need to. Oh gosh, I love this idea. I'm glad I've sectioned it off now, actually. There we go. And lastly, in the middle, to break up his... actually, I've put it the wrong way around, haven't I? He's meant to be that way.
Oh, yeah. You've got the little rabbit's mouth there now, haven't you?
Yeah. Let's go there. So I'm just going to pop myself a little bit of foam again.
You want to get a couple of googly eyes as well?
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you know I usually carry googly eyes in my bag? I ain't got any with me.
Really?
Yeah, just carry... I carry a little tub of googly eyes in my crafty bag. I tell you, that crafty bag is full of all sorts of wonderment in there.
Do you genuinely carry
Genuinely,
googly eyes?
yeah, usually. But I only took them out last night because... I were making something for one at Littlelands and I took them out.
Dear.
Do you know, I'm having trouble with my foam.
That is so funny.
Foam backing.
Oh dear, just to show that you carry everything, you crafters, don't you?
Well, we do. I'm not the only one. I am not the only one. I don't know what's up with me. Do you know what it is? It's my new fingernails. That's what it is. I'm going to blame them. So do you know what I'm doing? I'm changing up. I'm going into me good old faithful, never lets me down. Chunky glue. My chunky glue.
Your 3D glue.
My 3D glue, yes, my 3D glue. So let's pop that on into that centre. And there we go. Absolutely beautiful. Oops. Ben.
Yeah?
I might have had a little bit of a bit of a boo-boo.
Oh, no, you haven't, have you?
I've had a little bit of a boo-boo.
Go on. Oh.
It's because I want to be... I'll tell you what. Do you know what?
You could make that into a...
Well, actually,
stand.
What a clever idea.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, I could make myself a little stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could make myself a little stand. However, you could have this going either way. So for a minute, just lift that off, because it is my glue. You could turn it and have it that way. That looks nice. Yeah,
that looks good. Yeah.
You could obviously have it the way back to front, but because I've... Hey! No such thing as a crafty mistake. There we go.
It works perfectly like that.
Yeah. Oh, now he's got a moustache. Yeah. Producer Georgina and me are thinking on the same lines there. He's got a moustache now. But there you go. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the interlocking squares. They're absolutely fantastic. And in the traditional manner that it was born in the Slimline feature. Stay tuned because we're moving along and showing you all the other things. It ain't a one-trick pony. We're going to show you all the other things that it can do as well.
Well, I love the fact as well, out of just that one cut and emboss folder, we've seen a rabbit, we've seen a robot, we've seen like a maze, we've seen a Pac-Man game. I mean, seriously, what is not to love about this collection? It's proving really, really popular, by the way. Loads of lovely comments coming through. So much chat about this collection. Still loads of chat coming in about Colin Firth as well, which is hilarious. You've certainly started something off here. Pammy saying Colin Firth is yummy looking. And then we've got somebody, who was it? Sophie saying, I really don't understand everyone's obsession with Colin Firth. Then we've got people saying, loving all of the singing on the show. And Patty says, I think when you click on the foam roll image on the site, you should get Ben singing his song. Alexia saying, do you take requests, Ben? Yes, absolutely, send them in. And Diane just saying, just place this die in my cart. This would be great for masculine cards. There you go. That's the chat about that particular die, the interlocking squares, which is in this bundle. But let's just show you the brand new bundle first off. You can get these individually. You can also mix and match these as well with the previous set of folders that we did. But let's show you the ones that you're going to get within this collection. The beautiful butterflies are included in here. You can see you've got the sort of foliage swirls in the background, and then that cut gives you these three beautiful butterflies that are well, almost like the liftables that you've seen in the dies that we were showing you yesterday. You've got a couple of sets of florals as well. You've got your beautiful flourishes. Again, those 4 different size flowers with that beautiful emboss of foliage in the background, but then those flowers are really going to beautifully pop to life. Great using these for your boxes, great using these if you like to make your little lanterns and light boxes like our Debbie does. Here again, your springtime blooms, so you've got more foliage. Love the little spotty dots that you've got in the background there as well, and then those 4 beautiful flowers. If you love the interlinking.
No sure, Ben, no sure.
We've got none of those in there, have we? Interlinking, I should say. Squares, yes, squares. If you love the squares, then you'll love these as well, because you've got these beautiful circles. No, if you love the squares, you'll love the circles. Come on, Georgina, follow along. It's not like I just tripped over my words or anything, is it? Just don't say that. You've also got the interlinking, or entwined, should I say. That's really tickled me. Stop it.
Oh dear. Oh, bless your little heart.
Oh dear. And there we have.
Got a shade of red, Ben, over there.
Sorry, got a bit of a sweat on as well. Why do I always get a bit of sweat on when I get a bit embarrassed? You got the interlinking squares as well there. Interlocking. Did I say interlinking again?
Interlocking, Ben.
Interlocking
They're
squares.
intertwined. They're wrapped around each other. They're connected. A bit like me and you. They're connected.
But they're also interlinked as well, because they link, don't they? They interlock and they interlink. But I'll definitely say interlocking in future, because that will stop me from saying the other thing, which I said a few moments ago, which I shouldn't have said. That does look like a ghetto blaster now, doesn't it? £47.97 or $54.24 is your platinum price. Everyone's saving almost £30, almost $34, and then another 20% off if you're platinum. If you if you like all of these, you can get the collection. If you want to go for a couple of these, you can get them individually. If you like a few of these and you like the previous collection, you can go on a mix and match, any 3 for £33 or $38. So 3 from this collection, or 2 from this and 1 from the previous. It is entirely up to you. So much chat coming in. Loads of you loving the brand new Slimline embossing folders. They're beautiful folders, says Teresa. I love Slimline. Teresa saying these are adorable. The springtime blooms, lovely, says Cyrissa Wood on Facebook. Now, we've also popped together some of our beautiful ink pads for you as well, which we think would work rather nicely with the collection. We've got 2 actually for you. We've got your water reactive ink pads, and we've also got your quick dries. So if I show you the colours that we've got in the water reactive collection, we had these earlier on this morning on Wake Up Call, and actually some really beautiful colours that we think will work beautifully with this collection. So you've got your fuchsia. Here she is, frosted jade. You've then got your beautiful baby blue. You've got your spring meadow. We're going to give you your pale fig, and then also your parakeet as well. So all of those, of course, are water reactive, so you can do all of your water-based techniques with those. Great for blending, as we saw earlier on with Debbie's make that she made with the entwined Hearts card. 1916 or 26.69 is the platinum price on those. We've also got a selection of these quick dry inks for you too, and again, beautiful colours. So we've got ocean blue, plum jam, Debbie's favourite, or one of her favourites, the crushed velvet. We've got the one that everyone laughs at when I say it, I don't know why, the grasshopper. We've also got the green topaz. Do you think I say that funny? Grasshopper. Grasshopper, yeah. And then also the Lagoon as well. £19.16 or $26.69 is the platinum price. And then next up, just want to show you this collection, which I think is super handy. There's so much of it as well, right? There's so much of it. And this really is super handy to use, of course, with all of your ink pads. But if you are brand new to crafting and you're looking for kind of a collection which gives you loads of different accessories, you need to jump in and grab this today. £24 or $32, because what we're going to give you is your heat-resistant, non-slip mat. So again, this is absolutely brilliant, totally portable, great for doing all of your crafty bits and pieces with. And the great thing is, again, if you haven't got a huge amount of craft space, for example, maybe you haven't even got a craft room, this is great because you can pop all of your inks down on there, you can do all of your sort of heating techniques as well, and it wipes nice and clean, and when you're done with it, you can simply roll it up and off you go once again. But then on top of all of that, we're going to give you 4 of your fine spray misters. We're going to give you your palette as well for doing all of your mixing. And then, I mean, take your pick really, as far as your blending tools are concerned, we're giving you the square, which is the rectangle. We're also going to give you your circle as well. I mean, which is your favourite, the rectangle or the square or the circle?
I'll be totally honest, I have both. And
okay.
There's a reason why. When I'm doing a bigger surface area, I like the square.
Yeah.
And when I'm doing something a little bit more detailed and a bit more intricate, I like the circular
okay.
one. Yeah.
Well, you've got both there, and we're also going to give you replacements for your rectangle/square, and then you've also got your refills for your circle too. And then on top of all of that, you've got a selection of your little blending sponges, or your little eggs, as I like to call them. And then finally, I suppose for your bigger projects, you've got your brayer. So literally everything that you need as far as your blending needs are concerned within that collection. It's a £48, $72 bundle that you can take home today for £24 or $32 if you're a Platinum member. Very good value for money. Right. Thank you very much indeed for all the comments coming in about my slip of the tongue just a few moments ago. Said it for your enjoyment more than anything. And thank you as well to Susie, who's just said, you're starting to get a complex about the way you say grasshopper. She said she liked the way that you said it. Oh, okay. I thought it was like you say grasshopper funny, but never mind. We'll move on. And let's get on to our next demo from this collection. So we've had a look at the interlocking squares.
Now we're doing interlocking circle.
Yay!
Yay! Not the one you said, although it's like a little bit like the unseen. I've never unheard. I'm never going to be able to unhear it now every time I pick up one of these interlocking circles or squares.
It'll be on the bloopers reel, won't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now we're going to make a easel card with it. So the slimline version, but we're going to turn it, and we're going to turn it onto its side again, but this time we're going to make an easel. So first things first, cardstock. You need to have a cardstock measured, and you can use your glass mat as your measurements. I always use mine as to help me when I'm measuring cardstock, but it measures at 11 1/4 inches by 8.5. The reason 8.5 is because that is the length of the embossing folder. We're going to score in at 3 3/4 inches and 7.5 inches, and it's almost a bit like a trifold, Ben, but to create your easel, that is how you'll create the easel shape on this one, and how you're going to be able to do it quite easily with the slimline folder. So with that in mind, we're going to place it onto this top end here, and again, when you're using the cut and emboss folder, it's always the metal cutting into the cardstock. Now, there's a couple of things you can do beforehand. You could do all your ink. In fact, shall we do it that? Shall we do the inky bit first and then cut into it? Let's do the fun bit first. So I'm going to bring in. Now you've just used yours, haven't you? Look at state of mind.
Dear, oh dear, that is well loved.
Yes,
but still
I
does
do
the
love
job.
it. Absolutely. And I'm going to tape off this end because I don't want any ink to go onto this section of my cardstock. Now, when I say tape it off. Just going to use some scrap paper. Here's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to ink up this section, and I've got lemon tonic on mine and parakeet on this one. I had to have a bit I like these two together. They're actually quite nice. So I'm just going to lose, and I am using again water reactive. I've got my square one because I'm going over a bigger surface area again. So we're going to go in and we're going to do some inking and take this in. Now the lovely thing about our inks, not only do they distress, not only are they water reactive, but they blend, and they blend beautifully, and we forget that as well. And I don't know why we forget, Ben, because when you do see the blend, and how you can mix. Look at the colour we're making there.
Yeah.
Absolutely
But I always think like
gorgeous.
with the blendability, you think more of your pigment ink pads, don't you? But then of course
do,
you can do so many different. They've all got. I always think they've all got their like sort of strong points, but they can all sort of do lots of the things that the other ink pads can do as well, can't they?
Absolutely, and I do love our ink pads, I'm not going to lie. You can use your craft mat as a palette as well, so you can actually pop a bit of ink onto there.
Yeah.
Pick it up because it slips and slides around. It's got a lovely gliding feature to it, and you can go in and you can add more and get a little bit more depth if you want to go in with a little bit more depth, which I am doing on this one. Again, use your mat as a palette,
Yeah.
pick it up, go in and create your beautiful blending. And again, you're getting those gorgeous colours. You're getting that lovely green tone when
coming
you pop
through,
this.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, hello. Oh.
I've picked a bit up. However, guess what, Ben? Don't matter.
Don't end up well, does it?
Doesn't matter.
Blend it in.
No, it doesn't matter. Blend it in. And bearing in mind, we're going to be cutting into this in a second.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter. Although do try and avoid what Debbie's just done with the lemon tonic.
Oh.
Don't let John and Jake see what I've done to this one.
He's just
Because
walked
it's
past
not
as
my
well.
own. I've cross-taminated the colours. It's very naughty.
Cross-taminated.
Cross-taminated. We're back to my
one.
dentistry days there. Cross-taminated. But again, don't, like I said, I mean, you could be using more than one or two inks on this. You could be, oh, look at that green. Look at that green. Absolutely beautiful. So again, I'm going to go in and I might do a little bit of a spritzy technique like I did this morning, but try not to drop it like I did earlier
Oh,
on.
that was funny.
Dearie me.
Yeah.
We'll try and pick that up actually, see if I can get that off that ink pad.
There's lots of questions coming in as well, I've just noticed, about making envelopes for these cards.
Yeah. And what do you mean questions? What that?
Well, like how that people can make envelopes for these slimline cards.
So you're going to look at your measurements. So if you've got your envelope box or your enveloper, all you're going to do is think about your measurements. So when this folds up, you can fold this you can actually fold it into this particular design, the slimline version. When you're thinking about your card, this is 8.5. So you just need to make sure you've got a bit of space in your envelope. So maybe add an extra ½ inch on, and the same with the other side as well. So what you're going to be looking at in your envelope, and I'll see if I've got the booklet underneath, Ben.
Yeah.
And we might try and get that one answered. But that's all I would say to you is just go and check your sizes. You know that this is an 8.5 by 3 3/4, so perhaps go 4 by a 9.
Okay.
So think about a 4 by 9 envelope. Take up the measurements. Go and look around what's around similar on there.
And same with the using the scoreboard then, because even
Yeah.
says, how do we make envelopes for these with our scoreboards?
With your scoreboards. So you do exactly the same. When you're thinking about your measurements, when you're talking about your cardstock for your card or your envelope, just think about that size. Just go back to that. Especially if you go onto the inspiration section on Crafters Companion website,
Yeah.
there's a drop-down inspiration thing with all the measurements. So even though you might not own an enveloper, there'll be the measurements on there for that particular size of card. So that's all you need to do. Take the measurements, measure your cardstock, and then you can create your box. I don't think you can create an envelope on the scoreboard, but you can certainly create boxes, and you can put this into a box if you're going to add some extra dimension to it as well.
Oh.
I hope that answered that bit, or else the best way I could anyway. Right, so, you know, that's one of the reasons why, Ben, when people ask us about scoreboards, perfect for boxes, perfect for all your folds, but enveloper and the envelope box for your envelopes and envelope boxes, because they absolutely, everything works together beautifully. And there's a different job. It's a bit like glues again. We're going back to that glue analogy, where there's different jobs for different things. Same comes to your scoreboards. Ultimate Pro, you've got your smaller envelope on there with just a little bit of a lip on, where you can change it into an envelope box. But a little diddy one.
Oh yeah, that's what I used.
The box, especially if you got them over birthday, absolutely perfect. Now, can you see me gorgeous bit of ink in there? I've taken my scrap piece of paper off, although, for a second, I'm going to bring it back on, because I'm going to do the little bit of dropping of water, carefully this time, carefully.
Yes.
And this is stamping card I've used. So do you know I told you this morning about having watercolour card for premium results?
Yeah.
You can still do it on stamping card. And this is why I've done this one, because I wanted to show you. I don't know if it was Betty who asked, I can't remember now. One of the lovely ladies from this morning asked about different cardstocks that you can use your water reactive inks on.
Oh yeah.
This is another one that you can. And again, more water on there, more the ink sucks up. And when you take your tissue paper, well, you can see what's happening now, can't you? That that lovely sound. There
Oh,
you go.
yes.
And take off your scrap bit of paper. You've got no ink on the back. Oh, I feel like I'm full of top tips today.
You are?
Not like me. It's not
course
like
it
me,
is.
is it? It's not like me. But just wipe down your mat and then you're good to go. And not only have you got a nice clean surface area now without having to clean it up, but you've got yourself your beautiful area now to do little bit of magic. Popping that on, making sure as well that when you're doing that, Ben, that you've got it in a nice, you know, and I use the bottom part of this to line it up with. But if you've gone a little slightly bigger, then just make sure it's a little bit central. Do you know what I was talking about the other day as well with these? People assume, and I'll just bring it in to show you again. So can you see the grey lines? They think that's the metal.
Yeah.
That's the actual emboss. The grey metal is here. Can you see?
Just inside, isn't it?
Inside.
Yeah.
So when I was doing that craft along on Tuesday, I was talking about how you positioned it in so that you didn't think that, so if that were too close, you thought that's the metal. It's not at all. It's the actual embossed detail. But I'm going to go out, try and do that and line it up again. Perfect. I'm happy with that one, Ben. And I'm going to go in with the Gemini Junior plates again, and because it is this, you know, the card, I can do this. That's exactly what you can do if you've got a Gemini Junior. On this one, though, if you've only got the Gemini Junior and you're doing that style card, you're going to have to think about how you wrap it around the underneath side, because it's not going to go through, because I'm putting my Gemini Junior plates through my larger machine. Right, so with that said, Ben, let's bring out now, ooh, look at all those. Do you know you could use these as your stoppers for your easel? Do you know, like on that black and white concept that I showed you, you could actually use these as little stoppers for your easel. Just take a look. Oh, beautiful. Don't worry about this either as well. Don't worry about that being stained or anything like that with your ink. It's absolutely fine. It's not going to affect your cuts for future. And then, now, can you see that beautiful design? And what I've got now, Ben, is the perfect design for the front of my easel. But it just needs something a little bit extra, so I'm just going to give it a little burnish. I'm going to give that a little burnish.
Will they go through the MIDI, says Janice?
The MIDI, yes, they'll go through the MIDI. If you think about your platform, it's a 9x6 platform. These will just fit on because that's 8.5, and your MIDI and your Junior are 9 inches by 6 inches, so absolutely. It's just this particular style of card, you'll probably have to fudge it around a little bit. If that makes sense. Fudge it. Fudge it. Right, so on the back of here, another one of the gorgeous ones. Recognise?
That's the
retro rainbow.
Retro rainbow, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've taken some of that gorgeous cardstock and the retro rainbow. I've tied a little ribbon around it and popped some foam pads on, because this is actually going to act as my topper, although I do like the idea of using those along the bottom.
Yeah, I do.
To create as a topper as well. I think that's a lovely idea. So I'm just going to pop that onto the background, like so. Bit of wet glue. Run that on. There we go. And we're going to place that in. And that now acts as like a little backdrop for the back of there, which I just think looks lovely. And again, just make sure you've got all your panels glued down properly. I'm going to just bring this in and take off my foam pads. I was going to use that circular round.
Don't use it again. I think I've used up my quota of...
No, I know. I think we've had it enough on this show already, haven't we? So we're not going to do any more.
No.
We promise. We promise.
Although everyone does seem to love it when we do it.
Well, they love you singing as well.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they love you singing, Ben.
Yeah.
You know, singing superstar that you are in
Wow.
Crafters TV.
You know.
You love a bit of a sing song.
I do love a sing song.
You do.
Bit of a sing song, bit of silliness. Can't beat it.
You can't beat it, you can't. Now, the reason I've popped foam pads underneath, Ben, is because I want it to have a little bit of a lift. To create that stoppers, to stop, if I just show you, to stop it from moving, so it literally sits there. So that's why I've lifted it with foam pads. And again, I've just brought in another simple sentiment. I've not even done anything with emphasising. I've just let literally that lovely background with those gorgeous circles. You could run gilding wax over. You could go back over with some more ink over the top and just touch around the top if you wanted to emphasise it a little bit more. And
Oh, we done.
Ooh. I just thought then, let's do a little bit.
Oh, it's
Just emphasise.
it's popping out a bit more,
just
isn't it?
touching it over.
Yeah.
Touch over the tops. Yeah, quite like that. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like to change it up again, like I said, but it just adds a little bit of dimension. So all I'm going to do is pop my sentiment. I put a little foam pad, and again,
where's he going to go? Bottom right.
It's covering over my little dinky one. Are you sure? Let's have a look.
No, up.
Feel like it's taking away all that lovely design there.
No, but
There?
left a bit.
There?
No, up.
There?
Left, there.
Left, there.
No, there.
Oh, right, okay. Phew.
Yeah.
We'll get there in the end. But there we go. Now you've got, just for you, Ben, your interlocking circles and an easel card. So again, showing you that versatility. And what do I always say? It's got to do more than one thing for me. Absolutely love them. And there you go, number 2.
Ben, says Sarah Kay, not our Sarah Kay. Think the squares lock together like a key. Yes, interlocking. I've got a complex about that now. Lots of chat, by the way, as well, about the blending bundle, which we will recap on again perhaps later. But Pam saying, what a great bundle. I paid $9.95 for the brayer alone. And Stephen says, OMG, blending collection, that just landed in my basket. But what about this is a great collection as well. So many of you chatting about this. Leslie just saying those circles could be used as footballs as well. I'm loving the fact that you're already seeing the different ways that you can use these amazing cut and embossed folders, the different images that you almost see within the folders themselves, and the different people that you're going to be making cards for, because again, you've got so many different designs, so simple to use as well, and these are brand new today at a fraction of the cost that they should be, because they're £90 worth, $101 worth, and they just are absolutely beautiful. 3 3/4 by 8.5 inches, your slimline cut and embossed folders with your beautiful butterflies, your butterfly delights. I'm having to check to make sure I get this right. You've also then got your beautiful flourishing flowers, again giving you that beautiful emboss, and then the beautiful lift of the petals of the flowers. You've got your spring blooms in there as well. Those 3 I could do. Next up, interlocking circles. Don't it's fine. Then this one I can do because this is not interlocking, this is entwined. Your beautiful entwined, entwined hearts. And then lastly, interlocking squares. Yes. All 6 you're going to get for $47.97 or $54.24. Just to reiterate as well, they are available individually. They are available on a multi-buy, 3 for $33 or $38. And if you like those as well, don't forget the previous collection. You can also mix and match. So if you like one of these, say for example, you like the butterfly delights, and then you go, well, actually, I quite like the 3 folders from the previous collection. You can then get 2 of these, and that's your 3 for $33 or $38. Within that previous collection, you've got your square chevrons. So these give you these beautiful apertures again. You've got your hearts there as well, your happy hearts. And then your pretty polka dots. So that is a bundle on its own. However, individually you can go for them. You can mix and match those with those. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it, but I think it's nice that we've sort of crossed the 2 collections, and you can get a little bit of what you fancy. The ink pads are going very quickly. Also, as I say, the blending collection going very quickly. These are flying out the door. Let us give you, look at the time! We're over an hour in. Let's give you time to check out your carts and check out your baskets, and we will come back with more inspiration and demonstration in about 2 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set, so you'll never be without one. So get your Pokey Tools while you can. Check out our Crafter's Companion website and stock up.
Lots of you checking out your baskets there over the course of that couple of moments, and we have got more to show you. Just a quick question about the ink pads as well. Janice has asked, can you use the quick dry ink pads for ink blending, Debbie?
Yes, the quick dry. Yeah, you can still blend with them. It's a bit more hot, I'm not going to lie, it's a bit more harder because quick dry is instant dry, it literally the minute it goes on. But you could blend them on your glass mat or your craft mat and blend them on and then go straight on with it. But personally, I would be using those for layering stamps.
Yeah.
And stamps that you don't want to smudge the minute you hit the contact. And I would have the water reactive for your distressing features, you know, distressing techniques. That's just my personal opinion, but you can move them. There is a way of doing it. There is a way. And you could also use glycerin as well if you wanted to make them move. Yeah, you could make them move with that.
It's kind of horses for courses, really. But I suppose if you have only got some of the quick dry ink pads, you can use them in different ways. But you know, if budget allows, then maybe look at getting the water reactive or the opaque pigment ink pads. Lots of love coming in for the show. Lots of love for the techniques. Susan on YouTube is saying so many techniques. A fun and happy looking card, Debbie. And Margaret Crook on YouTube says, great card, Debbie. Another style suitable for male cards. Yeah, if you were one of those people yesterday who was in the chat about difficult to make cards for the blokes, male cards difficult, then yeah, you've seen some nice demos already today. And actually, there's some really, really nice embossing folders within this collection as well to be able to make those more sort of male skewed cards. Right. Are we up for another demo?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to do a double fold back card. So this is where we're going to be going. We're going to do a double fold back and I'm going to show you an easy way of cheating to get that size without having to go into great big cardstock. Because that's what we like to do here. We like to share those kind of tips.
We certainly do.
Information.
Love a little cheat. And
you'll be pleased to know, Ben, we're going to use spring blooms.
Yes.
No interlocking anywhere.
Thank goodness for that.
And we're going to use as well a couple of colouring mediums. It's the Tri-Blend brush pens. So I'm going to use a couple of those because, again, you've got the emboss detail. There's lots of things you can do with embossing folders. Colouring in is one of the features that you can do with this. So again, you've got your metal. Oh, where's me sponge gone?
Oh,
I've got no sponge in this one, Ben.
Oh, do you want do you want one of these ones?
No, do you know what? I think it might be actually designed because, and I'll tell you why, there's embossed in the middle. There's no sponge in this one. Can you see? Can you come in close? There's an embossed detail in the centre
around the centre of the flower, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, bit of a panic there for a sec.
Oh, bless your little heart. Well, so did I, because I thought, I've got a faulty one. But I haven't. Not at all, Ben, not at all. Right, to create this fold back card, we're going to take 2 pieces of cardstock, and I'll give you the measurements for both. So we're going to start with the base part, and the base part measures at 7.5 inches. Whoops, 7.5 inches Sorry, George, just because I'm going here. So 7.5 inches going across by 8 1/4. Now, it's just slightly a quarter of an inch fraction smaller than the actual embossing folder. And we're going to cut down this side of the panel. Now, this particular one is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, but I have scored it at 3/4 of an inch and 4.5 inches. So 3/4 of an inch and 4.5. Did I say 4.5?
Yeah.
I did, didn't I? Yeah. And then all I've done is folded them and give it a little bit of crisp burnish.
Yeah.
But I've just taken a snip off there because how this is going to work, Ben, if I can remember it right way around, is it's going to sit. So you're going to have a mountain and a valley, and the valley is going to sit behind the base, and that's how you're going to connect your two pieces of cardstock together. This is white stamping card. Everybody who knows me knows that I don't make anything without stamping card. I'm so predictable when it comes to card bases. I use it every single time. But it's such a brilliant cardstock for lots of things. You've seen me use the water reactive inks on them. You can stamp on, you can colour on. There's lots of things you can do. It's perfect for construction because it's 300 GSM in weight as well. Right, so first things first, we'll get us die cutting done. So again, I'm going to bring this in, remembering that the metal cuts into that cardstock. We're going to sit it into that panel, like so. We're going to run that through our embossing machine again. Our die cutting machine. 2 clear cutting plates, run that through, and jobs are good. One pass wonders these are.
Yeah.
They really are one pass wonders, and they create the most beautiful, beautiful features. They really do. And again, when you take this off, and I'm just going to take it off gently. The reason being, and I've just remembered why it's got none in Ben. It's because it's the connecting, it's the liftable element.
Okay.
And that is why there is no yes, so in the aperture ones, there's your there was a reason why there was none in there. It's because this is the liftable element, and that is why
we knew really. We were just having you on.
I'm such a dipstick sometimes. Honest to goodness, I am a real. Look, as old Del Boy would say, you plonker.
Plonker, Rodney.
You plonker. But again, that's why you create, and you can see that lovely liftable. And if you want to make it easier on yourself, just give it a little push with your poker tool around the back. However, we'll do that afterwards because we're going to do something with that in a minute. What we're also going to do is, if you remember, backdrop, we're going to go in again, we're going to pop it onto this end, and I'm going to just line it up again. I'm going to use my embossing folder to line it up to get that into position, and then simply run that through again, Ben. It couldn't be any easier. Any easier.
We've just been rewatching all of the Only Fools and Horses episodes.
Oh, I
and
know.
I've realised how many of them I never saw when they were originally on. It's such a funny series, isn't it?
It got better. It's another thing that got better with age.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it got better with age.
Yeah. Do you have that in the US? I suppose you must be able to watch
They'll
that.
probably have their own version, won't they, of...
Only Fools and Horses was BBC, so I guess you must be able to watch it in the US.
Del Boy and Rodney and Grandad, or then Uncle Albert.
And Uncle Albert later on.
It is actually one of my all-time favourite comedies ever.
So funny.
Absolutely incredibly funny.
With Trigger and Boise.
Oh, God, yeah.
Marlene.
Marlene. I love it. Right, so we've got the embossed detail on there. Can you see that lovely polka dot behind the back there?
Oh, yeah,
Isn't it gorgeous? And it's in the centre there as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a touch of colouring inside. So I've got my tri-blend brush pen. I've gone for pink violet blend for this one. And I'm just taking my time. Now, if you want it to be really ultra careful, scrap piece of paper again, Ben. Lift underneath your petal, and you can colour up to the end there, and that means there you'll not get anything going onto the back. So that's another little. Oh, I'm full of them. Full of top tips today.
That makes me laugh as well. Do you know one that makes me laugh?
What makes you laugh?
That you're full of top tips now.
Yeah, and I can.
Because earlier on, so our social team come in here quite a lot because you know all the stuff that you see on sort of Facebook and. Instagram, and of course David, our social media expert, was in yesterday talking about our new TikTok page that we've got. So the guys will come in and they'll either have an idea of something that they want to film, or they'll come in and go, oh, we've got this idea, can you do this? And then they came in today to speak to Debbie and went, want to film a video of some top tips. And I'm exactly the same. When people like get to you on the spur of the moment, you couldn't think of any, could you? But now we're on the show, you come and have loads of them.
Any. And can I tell you why? I got a mouthful of jacket potato. I was trying to eat my dinner. And I'm like, top tips. All I was thinking about was feeding this belly because it was churning away during that show this morning. But now I'm for them. Now, where's Grace when you want her?
Well, exactly. But I'm like that. They'll come to me and they'll say, oh, can you just think of an idea for this? And I sometimes it's like, on the spur of the moment, I find it a bit difficult. But then I'll think of something at the most random time and go, oh yeah, I've got a good idea now, but then it's too late. Grace, if you're watching, she's come up with about 5 or 6 top tips in this show alone.
I know, it's so daft, isn't it? Really is. I sometimes wonder about myself. But can you see now, Ben? And literally, you could spend like half an hour colouring, maybe less, but you're going to use that raised detail to create that lovely coloured image. And again, you would take your time with this. You could then do a little bit of inky background if you wanted, but do you want to see the finished results? Because I have got 2 more demos that I want to cram in before the end of the show. But simply, once you've got those bits all coloured in, and I'll bring them in because I've got mine as if by magic already done. We have got our panel, like so.
Beautiful.
And then also our back panel.
Yeah.
So it'll take a bit of time just to colour it in, but I think it's really worth doing. I think it looks really lovely when you do this. And simply now, all we're going to do is connect this tab. So get your tape pen, pop some glue onto that tab, and then you're simply going to connect the 2 together. So we're going to take it into that score line, and this creates, and I'm just going to make sure I've got that nice and, there we go. So that now creates a really smooth transition, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of burnish at the back. Let's re-burnish that. And then again on the front here as well. Just take your time though when you're doing that. But again, you could shape your flowers if you wanted to. You could take your bone folder and shape your flowers and push those up, so you could give them a little bit of a curl feature to them. And again, I'm just going to use my bone folder. Probably would be better with a smaller one. And again, just take your time doing this little bit, but it's worth doing it. Ooh,
you're right.
Glossy highlights.
Oh yes.
In the middle of the flowers.
Still got that in stock, so as far as I'm aware.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
We got it later on Cartload.
Have we?
Apparently.
Amazing.
Did not see that amongst the deals.
I didn't see that either.
If you missed earlier on Cartload, you need to be here later on with like 3 of the most incredible deals that we've done.
And it's going to be a bit fast, furious paced show. I'm probably not going to get finished demos done in it. However, I'll show you lots of tips and techniques and how to use them because I don't want you missing out on those deals. Now, I've taken some beautiful paper that I had from, oh dear Lord,
there we go again.
I'm at it again. Garden party. I've got
Are you telling us or asking us?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Garden party. And one of my thank you sentiments that I've got to create this, but I'm just going to give it a little finishing touch because I think, would I get away with nice pink? Yeah, got to use some gems again. So, little gem in the centre. Do it on the big ones. We've got some smaller ones. Oh, Debbie, you're running out of your gems. Oh, gosh. I think I might be having to place another order in there. I'm like it myself all the time. These are Hunky-Dory gems, by the way, if you're wondering where I've got them from. Craig, God love him. Hope you're watching, Craig, and I hope you're feeling tons better, my darling. Gave me an absolute stash of gems because he knows what I'm like. I absolutely love my gems. And I do use them such a lot. I'm actually quite liking that colour now, so I think I'm going to go in there. Change your mind.
Oh,
Change your mind. But, again, now what you've got, now we've gone full pelt floral here, and again, we've taken it from that Slimline feature, but created a really lovely big statement piece there, and it just shows you how fantastic you can use these. And for me, I will sound like a broken record, and I don't mean to, But I want something that gives me the crafty capability to extend this, to get really creative with it. I love Slimline feature of that embossing folder. I absolutely love it, and I can see it working in so many ways. See the beautiful samples I've got at the side of me. But it's got to do more than one job for me as a crafter. For me to part with my pennies, Ben, I am exactly the same as you when it comes to what can it do for me as a crafter, what can it do for me when I'm making things, to sell things, to give to people, to give to charities, whatever it is that you want. I want it to be able to do more than one thing. These are on trend Slimline, but they're on trend for all the other kind of things that you can make with them as well.
Beautiful collection. Gorgeous card, says Ruth. Beautiful card, Debbie, says Margaret. You sold me on this collection, says Gail. The flowers and this card is brilliant. Couple of questions coming in. Lisa wants to know what type of card is best used with the Spectrum Noir pens. I suppose it depends what pens you're using, really, Debbie, doesn't it?
So yeah, so that one was Nina. That one was stamping card again. Yep. Nina card's the best. You will always get perfect results with Nina, but for a cut and emboss, you want something solid, so construction, because that's how I created that. Was to give me construction, because it stands there really proudly. Nina card won't do that for you. It's paper. It's a smooth paper that's perfect for alcohol markers. But take a look what I've created on stamping card. Beautiful. So absolutely, stamping card will work as well.
And a question from Sophie says, are the nibs on the Illustrator the same as the Tri-Blend brush?
On the Illustrator? On one side of the Illustrator, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You've got the beautiful Japanese brush nib on your Illustrator, and then I think it's the fine.
Fine, isn't it? Yeah,
fine tip, yeah. But yes, they are. Yeah, absolutely. Japanese, absolute beautiful brush nib that allows you to get really, really lovely colouring done. And I love my Tri-Blend brush pens. I love them.
These are flying out of the door. If you haven't yet purchased your Slimline cut and emboss folder collection, then now is the time to be thinking about doing it, because unbelievably, we've only got about 40 minutes left on the show. If you want to go for the full collection, you're just seeing a little video here showing you all of those cut and emboss folders that you're going to get. This is the value for money way for doing it, because, I mean, £90, $101. I mean, if you're a platinum member, it's almost a half price deal. £47.97 or $54.24. If you want to go individually, you can do. I think producer Georgina, did you say that it's the squares that are proving the most popular? The interlocking squares, but actually I think if budget stretches today, I know quite a few of you have spent a little bit of money over the course of our Sweet 16th, but if budget stretches today, go for the full collection, because the Slimline design of these is so uber popular currently, isn't it? And the fact that you've got not a one-trick pony, but a selection of cut and emboss folders that will do so much for you, then I absolutely think you should jump in and grab this collection, from the butterflies to the beautiful flowers there as well. Again, just giving you that beautiful cut, and with these giving you that beautiful liftable quality too. You've then got your beautiful spring blooms. These have got more of those sort of spots in the background with a bit of the foliage coming through. And then we're onto your shapes here, the interlocking circles. Yes. Wait. That was John. That was John. He just came in. He just went, He's just brought us our coffees in, love him. You've then also got your entwined hearts as well, which are simply stunning. And then I think my fave, certainly your fave as well, as far as the individuals are concerned, the interlocking squares. They're just so cool, these. They're a bit futuristic. They're funky. It's a ghetto blaster. It's a rabbit. It's a robot. I mean, perfect. A lot of you have said as well, perfect for those gamer cards too. You know, if you've struggled to get those designs, absolutely perfect is your interlocking squares. For the lot, it's £47.97 or $54.24. Go individually, go on the 3 for as well if you want to do that. 3 for £33 or $38. Now, Centura Pearl, we have a lovely, lovely collection of colours available for you with our Centura Pearl. Real luxury, high quality is this, and the colours you're going to love. A4, of course, 310 GSM. We have popped together a 80 sheet bundle, so 10 sheets of each in these beautiful colours. The baby pink, you've then got 10 sheets of your beautiful lilac. Your mint green, the royal blue. You've then got the lavender. I don't know why producer Georgine is doing it in a French accent in my ear, but I quite like it. You've got the fuchsia. You've got 10 sheets of your turquoise, and then lastly, you've got 10 sheets of that beautiful solar gold as well. That's a great, look at that solar gold, by the way. Talk about the sheen there. £21.60 or $37.60 if you want to go for that collection. And if you are going for your Centura Pearl, you might just need somewhere to store it. Your paper handler. Now, these are brilliant. Because they're totally Tiffany, of course, and we know how much you love your totally Tiffany products. However, these are perfect for storing and perfect for transporting as well. So A4 in size. What I love about this is that, you know, if you've got a few of these, if you want to kind of multi-buy these because you've got lots of papers that you need to store, you can simply pop them up on your shelves. You've got your little hole there, so you've got the ability to pull it off the shelf, no problem at all. You can see what you've got in these too, which is just great. Nice and super sturdy, but on the sides, when you do decide that you need to move these around, or maybe you're going to a craft class, or maybe you are popping to a friend's to do some crafting, you've got the little handles, which I just think are so cool. So you've got the ability to take that with you wherever you go, and then when you've got this back and you want to pop it back on the shelves, these simply just pop back into the side, and then away you go. It's perfect for storage, perfect for transporting as well. £4.79 or $5.99 is your platinum price on that. And then also, oh, I've made a right old mess down here. You've got your store and go bag, punch pack. So again, I mean, it's entirely up to you what you want to store in here, but you do get your little your tray in there, again, for storing, whether it be things like your papers, whether it be things like your embellishments, whether you want to put some of your stamps, your dies in here. It is entirely up to you, but it's all about getting yourself you know, nice and organised. I'm just laughing because I'm just thinking about that video from earlier on with Jane, the Dizzy Crafter, with the amount of new goodies that she's got. If it's stories that you need, particularly if you're after kind of stories and then something that you can take with you on the go, those last two items are absolutely perfect. £6.39 or $7.99 for your punch pack store and go bag. Right, we have got just over half an hour remaining on the show. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, let us know as well what you've been shopping for. I'm always a little bit nosy on that front. What have been your favourites from this brand new collection? Have you been doing the mixing and matching? If you have, which ones have you gone for from the collections, or have you stuck with the brand new collection? Let me know on the socials, on Facebook and on YouTube, and we'll read out your comments and questions over the course of the next half hour. Still got to do the demo of the show as well. I think the last demo was my favourite, but can Debbie beat that? Can you beat it?
Ooh, I don't know, Ben. Shall we give it a go?
Give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Come
Now, I'm
on.
going to use the Butterfly Delight for this one. And one of my favourite techniques that I love to do and love to use, which really come to life with any embossing folder, whether it be 2D, 3D, cut and emboss folder, is gilding wax. And I adore this one. So I've taken, again, just a little tiny bit bigger than the actual embossing folder for this one. And that's just because I want to get my panels in there. So again, and when you take a look at this one, this is the one that's got no sponging as well, Ben, because guess what? The butterfly wings lift out. They lift out. We've got it now. We've got it. We have. Oh,
by Jove, I think we've got it.
By Jove, I think we've got it. So again, you're going to pop that in onto your two-piece, and any of the Geminis, it's just your two clear cutting plates, apart from the midi, which is obviously, she says, the purple shim with it. So you put the purple shim, the embossing folder with your card in, and run that through your midi. That's all you need. Right, so bringing that out, let's take that off again. Move that to one side. take it out, and again you've got that lovely embossed detail running across there on the wings, but the lift up factor, look at that. I adore these, Ben. These are just fantastic, and the sniffability factor. Now at the minute you're probably thinking, well, I can't really see much embossing there,
can't really see much embossing on there, Debs.
much embossing. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in my much loved mucky mats, as I call it. But it's only because, the mucky mats. It's only because, and I'll just move it over there. Just
if you wanted, then could you literally snip out those 3 butterflies?
Yep.
And just have the apertures and then use those elsewhere?
Yep. So spot on. Absolutely spot on. That's exactly what you could do. So I'm going to start with silver. So I've got silver, I've got king gold, and I've got you little. Yay! It's back.
What?
Antique. Couldn't find it the other day.
Oh.
So I just pulled them out from underneath. I'm like, what? Where's the antique gone? The antique disappeared.
That disappeared.
No, wasn't it the antique? I'm sure it was my antique.
Oh, it was the antique, was it?
Yeah, it was my antique had disappeared. I couldn't find it anywhere. But I'm going to run over. I might just do a fraction of this, but I tell you what, we'll do it all. And again, run that along the top. Using your finger, I use my middle finger because I like to go in lighter and then build up. Leanne's the opposite end. Leanne loves gilding wax and she loves to go straight in and create a real beautiful feature. And again, it's really entirely up to you, but Pebeo gilding wax is one of those beautiful waxes that's so easy to use, smells incredible, creates beautiful effects, and really brings your embossing folder to life. It really does.
Yeah.
And it's such an easy look to achieve. And at the minute, I've just put my silver down, but I'm going to add. I like to add more than one colour when I'm using it, and which is why I always say to people, whenever you're getting the gilding wax, choose a silver, and choose a gold.
Yeah.
If you can't stretch to all of them. Some of you may have done in that birthday week, you may have already got some. But again, I'm going to go in, so I've got my silver. I'm going to touch up now with a little bit of the king gold, and I'm going to run over. I'm not going to worry about these because we could always trim this down afterwards. What I want to just do is achieve a bit of a gilded look. That's what this achieves. And again, mixing the two up really does give it a lovely finish to it. I love them. Have you played with these yet, Ben?
I don't know if I don't think I have. No, I have. I have had a go with the gilding waxes because I found it difficult to work out which finger I was going to use.
Bless you.
Who can I do that with?
Work with me.
Maybe, I think it might have been with Craig.
Yeah, Craig, yeah.
But it's like you say, because your index finger, you tend to like press down a little bit too hard with, don't you?
Yes.
So it's good to kind of go for your middle finger or potentially like your ring finger, because if you, the touch is, it's almost like you're not touching the cardstock, isn't it? It's that light.
Yeah, and that's why I always dab excess off on my finger, on my mat, whichever mat I'm using, whether it be my glass mats, whether it be my, whatever really, to be fair. But you can't, but like I said, you can go in and you can put quite a bit down if you wanted. It depends on the look that you're going to trying to achieve.
Yeah.
I do love mixing the colours up. For me, I love the tone that it gives when you mix up colours.
Can you pre-mix it on the mat?
You can pre-mix it on the mat, but you can also take, because Sarah's done this before, where she's took it and popped it onto a dauber.
Oh,
so onto an ink dauber, and you can go in. Now you are going to get a different look when you go in because it's going to give you a more solid look. So I'm just going to show you.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I'm not worried about this because I have got another one done, but just showing you that you can. And there's a lovely lady called Maz who come to Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Does not like getting things on her fingers.
No.
She's not a dirty crafter. She likes to keep it clean. So we used to think of other ways that she could use it, and this is how she uses it as well, because she's not a lover of getting dirty. So she just takes this, and again, you can pop it down onto there and pick it up.
Someone said also about snipping the, who was that who said that? I've got such a terrible memory. Like the surgical gloves, and you can just snip the little ends off and just pop them on the end of your fingers and do that if you don't like getting mucky fingers. I think that was Jan's tip.
Well, I've actually used before. I've used in the past. I have put gloves on and used gloves.
Yeah.
You can still get a bit of movement. You still can do that. But what you're just going to do once you have got your effect on, and again, you can see now, you can see where all that gorgeous embossed detail is. On top of that, you've got that gorgeous lift up factor, but you do need to give it a buff. One thing I will say to you is if you are using, and this is when you get your, John won't mind me saying. The mucky cloth that I talk about, that dirty rag that I talk about all the time.
The pillowcase.
A pillowcase.
Yeah.
Bit of tissue paper. You just need to buff off the excess. Buff. Funny word.
It is a funny word, isn't it?
Buff up.
In the buff.
In the buff, yeah, in the buff. But now you can see that beautiful detail, and you can see that lovely, almost shimmery shine to it. And it is oil-based, so it does mean that it's a really beautiful wax to manoeuvre around with your fingers as well. But like I said, lots of different ways you can apply it as well. So I'm going to put those back underneath there, Ben, because they're not mine, and I'm not going to take them home. Of course, you can clean your mat as well. But how gorgeous do they look when you start to bring in things like gilding waxes? Now, the ones that I did previously, I didn't use 3 colours, Ben. I only used 2. And I predominantly, I'm going to bring, got a bit of ink. Oh, move you out of the way, we're not having you on there. Let's get rid of you. Clean mat. I'm like a new person, Ben. I'm like a new person.
Clean mat, clean life.
I only use 2 colours for this one. I use King Gold and Silver.
Ooh.
So they're my 2.
Lovely embellishments.
And I've done a bit of matting and layering. And I've also, I love that pop-out feature. I've popped some mirror card behind the back, so it just gives it a bit of a lift. Because for me, that lift-up factor, I just think is absolutely gorgeous. And all I've done with mine is I've added some gems into the centre. Me and me hunky-dory gems again. Yeah. But honestly, I just love the how it creates that. It's like a liftable in an embossing folder.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's the best way to describe it.
Do you know what I love about this as well? Again, doing it on the dark card with the gilding wax has given this a completely different take
look.
to what you've done previously. It's like
exactly.
a completely different set, isn't it?
It is, and you wouldn't believe that, but you could do that with all of these. You could do it with all of the designs. Now, to get and I'm doing a gatefold with this one, Ben. Now, we can go big. So if you've got A3 cardstock, you can do this on A3 cardstock, and you would take an A3 piece of cardstock, you get it down to 16 inches, you're going to score at 4 and 8, and again, depending on the size of the gatefold that you want, on this occasion I've used 8 3/4, because I just wanted it to be a tiny bit fraction bigger, because I've got an 8.5 fold and I want it to have a bit of matting and framing. So you can achieve that look in one go. However, if you haven't got A3 cardstock, cut yourself a piece of cardstock that measures 8 3/4 by 8 inches. So 8 3/4, 8 inches. Measure 2 panels at 5 inches by 8 3/4 and score them at an inch, and then you can attach them to the back. So you just simply pop them on. So you can do this gatefold in 2 ways. I've just done it on some A3 cardstock.
Yeah.
I've chosen. Now, I bet, can you remember this one?
That is not a paper pad that I even want to hazard a guess at. Just show me again. Huh?
Fairy
Garden?
Fairy Garden. Nature's Garden. Wait a minute.
Fairy Garden.
Fairy Garden. Yes, that's the collection. It was launched about 2 years ago. In fact, it was launched
before my time.
Craftaganza.
Before my time.
Before your time, Ben, before your time. But again, I've matched it with some of that lovely mirror card.
Yeah.
You find all these things, but I just think it looks really nice.
Beautiful.
And I thought, with the butterfly theme, I thought it looked really quite pretty.
Yeah.
And they're going to sit onto either end, like so.
Anne Lee wants to know, could you do, you know what you've just done with the gilding waxes, could you do that with metallic spectrum pens or the glitter pens?
With the glitter pens, so you would colour your cardstock in with your glitter pens.
Yeah.
With a different look. You're not going to achieve the same look, but you can achieve something quite sparkly and I think quite nice as well. So yeah, absolutely.
What about
metallic
your
inks?
pens? Yeah.
Yeah, your metallic inks or pens. Your pens, not so.
No.
I'm not going to lie, your pens, not so. But your metallic inks, yes. And your metallic ink pads, oofed. 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 Metallic ink pads, absolutely.
Get in there.
Get them sorted, because they'd look absolutely incredible. Again, a completely different look. However, I'm going to go in with, there's my little love gone.
And
how did you know we're doing that?
What?
With love.
Well, it wasn't going to say with bananas, was it?
Did you
Georgina, will you just be quiet about my faux pas?
She's never going to let you forget
going
it.
on about it. Seriously.
But there you go. Now we've got a gorgeous gatefold card using the gilding waxes and the sentiments. But how beautiful does that look? And again, showing you, yep, slimline, and I mean even that side. Perhaps you've not got that side. Perhaps we'll put that to the back. you could use a really, lots of different ways they can use them. But again, showing you that versatility, and that's what I love about these.
I think you've beaten your previous card. I know we were saying before that demo, can Debbie go one step further? In my opinion, I think that's my fave of the show. Just a quick question, or two questions, and I didn't notice you do anything specifically different here, but Crafty Becky says, Debbie, how do you get gilding wax off your glass mat?
Ooh, good question.
Did you use something different?
Me? I used I've got some antibacterial wipes under it because we like to keep things nice and clean here. But my go-to product at home is the Stick Away. Stick Away, squirt a few squirts down, leave it for about 30 seconds, wipe off, gone, completely gone. And that's what I use on my craft mat as well.
Whoa.
But I haven't done it for a while. Hence why it's so dirty. I haven't done it for a while. But if you haven't got that, stay aside, you'll have to get that on HSM.
Yeah.
HSM, you'd have to do it on there. But just use a wipe and literally, some water, but you need to, water.
Yeah.
Like that.
Bit of elbow grease.
Yeah, no. But some wipes, antibacterial wipes or something like that, get that off really easily.
And Joan says, hi Debbie, how can I give life back to my gilding wax? It seems so dry. I mean, can you heat it?
Eat it up. So, not eat it.
No,
sorry
eat
how
it.
I speak. Sorry
Eat
how I
it.
speak there, my accent.
Eat it up.
Heat it up.
Yeah.
I have done in the past, wrapped it in a tea towel and stuck it on top of my very red hot radiator.
That's a good idea.
Don't leave it too long, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because I nearly had like a gilding liquid.
Oh, yeah.
But you could do that, or you could blast your heat tool with it as well. So you could give you a little, just at the top, and it will bring some life back into it, I promise.
All good questions. Let me just double check. I think we are all up to date as far as the questions are concerned. We certainly are. Let's give you a quick recap of everything that you can get your hands on, and then we'll have a little break and give you time to check out your carts, check out your basket. This has been hugely popular. I'm not surprised. If the previous launch of the cut and emboss folders are anything to go by, then we knew that these would be popular, and they are proving that. You're going to get the 6 folders within this new bundle. £47.97 if you're platinum, or $54.24 is your platinum price if you're shopping with us in the US. Multifunctional these, because you're going to get that cut and emboss, the beautiful butterflies that we've just seen there. And again, like even with this board here, showing you just how completely different that is to what we just saw a few moments ago, using the black cardstock, using the gilding waxes on there too. So again, we talk about these being multifunctional and being versatile, but then depending on the papers that you're using, depending on the cardstock that you're using, depending on the inks, the gilding waxes, all these different things that you're using, you can make these look so different, and for so many different projects year round. You've also got your beautiful florals in there as well. Your flourishing flowers is the second of the 6 folders. If you love florals, you're in luck, because then you've got your spring blooms in here as well. And you can see, as with the previous florals, you've got that liftability with these. So clever how these are designed to give you a beautiful deep emboss in the background. And then you've got those flowers that come to the fore with that cut, with that liftability. So stunning. You could just manipulate these if you want to get your bone folder in as well and just curl those a little bit more. Absolutely do it. We then move on to the interlocking circles. Again, love these, love the demos that we've seen with these as well. Again, so much detail in these. Great, if you did want to create, like we did a little bit earlier on with the interlocking squares, the shaker cards you can do. Beautiful with those entwined hearts as well, showing that you've got something for every occasion year round. And this has been my favourite so far, and certainly your favourite as far as the individuals are concerned as well. Johnny 5 is alive! You've got your Ghetto Blaster, you've got your Pac-Man maze, you've got your rabbit. It is just a beautiful design, this one, and depends like how you look at it, how you frame it, how you use it. It can almost be anything really, but the versatility is the key with the whole collection. That's why I think you should go for the full bundle if you can do. £47.97 or $54.24. If you can't go for the full collection, of course you can go for the individuals. You can also go for your mix and match as well. Any 3 for £33 or $38. And I mention that simply for the fact that if there's a say there's a couple that you particularly like from this collection, but you then didn't get the Slimline aperture cut and embossed folders that we launched 3 weeks ago, you can mix and match from this collection as well. And some of these cards I just think worth showing you. So you've got your circles, your hearts and your squares within this collection too, allowing you to create beautiful apertures. I mean, great for your Christmas cards. I love this one with a bit of that silver glitter card in the background. Great as well. There's your squares with the chevrons for creating your shaker cards. I love this too, with Halloween just days away. I mean, how cute is that? These are absolutely perfect for adding in your little characters, creating your own little scenes. You know, with this, it's this one here, isn't it? This card using the hearts, making a shaker, but just like portioning off one of the actual apertures as a shaker and keeping the others for little sentiments. It's entirely up to you how you use them, but they're so super cute. That is a bundle for $23.98 or $27.12. However, if you want to go individually, you can. If you want to mix and match these with the other collection, you can. 3 for £33 or 3 for $38 is the deal with that. Right, let's give you opportunity to get those carts and baskets checked out as well, because we are rapidly heading towards the end of what has been a busy show. We've still got to get you to vote for the demo of the show. That's going to be a tough choice. So we will get ready for that. Get your baskets, get your carts checked out, and we will come back and reconvene for the final 10 minutes or so in just a couple.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet.
The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Lots of lovely comments coming through. Barbara A on YouTube has just said, Debbie is amazing, you're pretty good too, Ben. I'll take that. I'll take that. You'll do, Ben. That's what it is, isn't it? You'll do. You're fine. You can stay. And just a quick question, which is coming from Rhonda. I think this is in your opinion. What, Debbie, makes hunky-dory gems better than others?
the colourway. There's some beautiful colours out there. They're adhesive backed as well. I'm not going to lie, at home I have a huge amount of gems that are loose and I tend to just stick them on. But when it comes to speed crafting and adding things and getting that dimension, I love Hunky Dory. The quality is fabulous, the price is fantastic, and the fact that they stick, they're not them gems that ping off everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They're absolutely fabulous. The adhesive that they use there is just second to none. So for me, that's why I do love me Hunky Dory gems.
Now, we've only got 10 minutes remaining, so what we're going to do, as I understand it, I might be wrong here, but we're going to do the lineup for the demo of the show, and we're going to show you a demo that we've not yet done, but it's the finished demo of the demo that Debbie's going to do in just a second, so you've got the chance to vote on it, because Debbie wants you to vote on this, because I think she wants this one to be the winner. But you vote for whichever one you want, but the last one you're going to see, she hasn't done the demo on yet, but you'll see the point of that in a second.
No, I said, can we include it? That's what I said. Can we include it? I don't know, because I love all of these. Let me just tell you.
She wants it to win the last one.
Honestly, I don't know what's going to win. That's my, honestly,
Johnny
honest
5.
opinion. So number 1, what was it? Johnny 5.
Johnny 5.
Johnny 5.
It's alive!
We've got our Celebrate. So that's number 1, the lovely shaker card.
Yep.
Number 2 was our easel card with our lovely watercolour inks there. So that's number 2, the easel. Number 3 was that lovely. I mean, this is a beautiful one as well, Ben. So number 3, let me go on closer so you can see it. Number 3 is that gorgeous fold back card, which I know I just think's really pretty. So that's number 3.
That would be favourite, this one then.
And
4.
then number 4, yeah, the liftable butterflies. So number 4 is the gate fold. And then number 5 will be our light up box or a gift box. It's entirely up to you how you make this one. So that's going to be number 5. So I'll give you those numbers again, and then we'll crack on with that demo, and I'll show you how we use it. So we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, and we've got 5. And I'm not going to lie, this one's a tough one, Ben, and I think this is anyone. I think it's anyone. How's I'm going to say?
Yeah, it's anyone's game. It's
anyone's game.
I mean, I'm not allowed to vote, but 3 or 4 for me, I think. 3 or 4. George is saying 3. Georgina? She's saying nothing. She said 2. Right, let's see how far we can get with this light box / gift box then.
Yep. And we're going to use the flourishing flowers, and that way, all day, I've covered every single one of them because I started with the, get me thinking here. So what you're going to do is, and this is entirely up to you, I've just chosen some cream cardstock for this one. You've got loads of cardstocks, but what you're going to do is you're going to cut yourself 2 of these panels, which measure at 11 3/4 inches in length by 8 1/4, and then you're going to score it at 3 5/8, so 5/8. So if you go onto your board, 3 5/8, so it's the 1 2 3 4 5 score, and then you're going to do it at 7 2/8, and you're going to score down. You're then going to turn it to one side, and you're going to score this one at 3 1/4 inches, and that's like your flop. I think you said floppy bottom now. That's going to be the bottom.
The bottom.
The flat bottoms. Yeah, the flat bottoms. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Flat bottom girls, they make the rocking world go round.
Then you're going to take your scissors then. You're going to get your scissors and you're going to take this part, like so.
Yep.
And you're going to cut up to that first score line, but just go slightly over because you're going to take a little bit of a... I want to say Katie corner, but you want that little bit of an angle going off. And then you're going to go in to get the flat bottoms, yeah. You're going to take it up to that score line, and that's creating, and you do that twice to create this because this is entirely up to you. You can do it once and leave it blank and then do it again on the other one and have 2 panels, or you can go full hog and have the whole 4. But that will fit on now in between, and you're going to pop that, placing it in between. So when you're bearing in mind, think of where you're positioning it. If I just move those out of the way, think about where you're positioning it and make sure. And again, don't worry about any of those overhangs. This is the metal. You can see the metal, and as long as your metal is in that piece, absolutely fine. And I'm just going to line that up, and we're going to run that through, Ben. So I'm going to use my big plates again. So I'm going to come in with my 2 clear cutting plates from my Gemini, pop that on. And that's because I've used a bigger piece. Now, if you are going to use your smaller one, again, you're going to have to tuck it behind the embossing folder and run it through. You can still achieve this with a smaller machine. You just have to think about how and where you hide the extra bit of the panels. However, you could cut 4 panels at that measurement and stick them together. Just make sure you leave yourself a little inch or half an inch at the side to create your panel, and then stick it that way as well. So there's lots of ways that you can create these boxes. I just like to speed things up a little bit. Now, because obviously you've got to take your time with this one, there is no sponge release, but there's no sponge release at all in there, so just take your time. But again, what you've got is that beautiful swirl design. You've got the liftable florals. And again, all you're going to do, Ben, and I'll do it speedily. How many?
You've got plenty of time.
Run it
Plenty
through.
of time.
Pop that through.
Yeah.
Run it through again.
Yeah.
Phew. Right, and then what you're going to do, as if by magic I've done it, you're going to grab yourself some inks. Now, I did use honey pot for this one on mine.
Yeah.
However, guess who can't find honey pot?
I got. Oh.
Can't find it.
Oh no, I haven't.
I know. So, but what you're going to do is to lift it up, and I just want the petals to be on this bit. So I've just brought in my lemon tonic for this bit, but I'll show you the one I've done. Make sure you've got a bit of scrap paper underneath with a little top tip, because that way you're not going to catch the other bit, unless you want to catch it, unless you want to have that design. But I want my floral. Of course, you could be using, do you know what you could be using? You could be using your alcohol pens again and colouring this in. It's entirely up to you. But I'll just do it round the one of the petals. Hopefully, I might get a craft along with this, and we could potentially do something like this with it.
How many craft alongs you got coming up? Did you say you got a load, didn't you?
I've got a few. Jan's got a few. Debbie's got a few. Michelle's got a few. We've all got a few. I'll be honest. I ain't got a clue who's got this craft along with this one. But that's how you get that cleanly, and then you can add your frosty jade, because that's the other colour that I've got, which is, let me grab my frosty jade. Where are you? Is that me, Masquerade Ball? I ain't got that, have I?
That's
I was
Jan.
going to say the
Jan
lucky
next
girl.
Saturday at
Yeah,
3,
she's right
Masquerade
excited
Ball.
about that one. She
Yeah,
really is.
I'm not
I can't
surprised.
find another ink pad, but all you're going to do is go over the edges there.
Yeah.
But to put it together, Ben, now I've not done my frosty jade on these 2 panels, but I'll show you how you put it together so that you can see how easy this is to achieve. So you run it literally, and all I've done with my little tab to make it fit underneath without it affecting my florals is you're going to stick the tab to the straight edge. So grab your glue, and for speed, I'm going to have to do it with my tape. I would use red liner tape with this one, but I'm going to pop that on. Oh, has Jan got it? Jammy devil. Jammy devil is
What
all
is
I'm
it?
gonna
26th
say.
of November?
Who knows what Jan will come up with? Perhaps she might do a light-up box herself. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know. But again, you're going to pop that onto there. And again, I'm just going to fold that over. And to create it together is simply fold it flat, line it up, and I'm just going to make sure that that's on there. And there you go. That is how you create your box to stay together.
Beautiful.
You can pop then, and then literally all you're going to do, that's why I've got a nice big flaps there, because it gives it a nice strong bottom.
Yeah.
And then you simply stick those down, and then like I said, you can add yourself a lid onto the top. But what I'll do with mine is, and I'll show you because I have got a couple of my little lights up. I've added acetate as well behind the back of mine.
Yeah.
But simply pop it. Oh no, what's happened to me? Oh, there they are. You can pop those in. Now we can't put the lights down, but you can literally, once you imagine the lights being down, and the acetate gives it a bit of extra strength as well, and also helps when it comes to your light up. But there you go, Ben. That is how you create your light up box.
Super. Rhonda just says nobody wants a floppy bottom. Nobody wants a floppy bottom. You're right. Rebecca says, Ben, you are awesome. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Where did that come from? And Jeffrey says, Ben, you need to do some crafting with us. Do you know what? I will. I did some crafting, a little bit of crafting yesterday with Jam. I was doing the old shaving foam technique. I plan to, when we've got some craft alongs coming up, I will do one or a couple of the craft alongs that we've got coming up. And also, I made that pledge this year that I am going to make Christmas cards with my daughter. We're going to make time to do that. And I thought rather than, just getting any old cards that she gives to her classmates, I'm going to get something. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to get stamps or dies, but we're going to get a selection of some goodies from us here and create some Christmas cards with my daughter to give to her friends this year. Right, the winner of the demo of the show.
Yes.
I've got it.
Wait a minute, I've got to get him in order. Hang on a minute.
All right.
Let me get him in order.
Yeah. I can tell you, producer Georgina, you are correct that it is 3 or 4.
Oh, Ooh, so let's move my light box. Let's move those two. So hang on a minute. Let me get it out. So it is between. Do you know what? I've got a feeling. I might know which one it is, but I'm not going to say anything.
Which one? Hang on a minute. Which way round is that? 3 is the flowers, isn't it?
3 is the flowers.
4
4
is the butterfly.
embossing flower with the gilding.
What do you
wax.
think's won it?
I think number 3.
The winner is number 4.
Oh, I see. Now, doesn't it show you that the good old favourites often are the best ones? And again, very simple techniques. But yeah, lovely. I love that. Thank you very much.
That will go up on our Crafty Walk of Fame, and it will be a Debbie win. Later on, of course, during Cartload, just before we disappear, we've got about 80 seconds to go, Debbie. Have you just got a few more finished cards we can look at? And also, if anyone's sat on the fence, they're thinking, shall I, shan't I, jump in and grab these, what would you say?
What would I say? I would say an embossing folder with metal dies in anyway. It blows my mind every time I think about it, but I love embossing folders. It transforms cardstock instantly. What these do is transform it by die cutting at the same time as well. So many ways you can use them, from your traditional way in your Slimline feature, the DL feature, but then you can go on and take it into a whole new craftability. And if you want to see how this cube box is made, I did the same one. It's the same size as the originals, the cut and emboss apertures. You can see this. Go back to Tuesday, 3 p.m. We did a craft along, and you could make this gorgeous cube one. Even Joe did the craft along with me, and he loved it. There's so many ways you can use them. They're absolutely incredible, Ben. One of my favourites is the connecting one, and I might try and get one of those done in, because I think I might have these again sometime next week, so I think I'll try and do that. But there's loads of things that you can make with them. For me, they're versatile. They're definitely something worth having, because you can get so creative with it.
What Wifey said. Thank you so much for watching. We've got to go. We are out of time. Make sure you check out your baskets. We'll be back with an unbelievable cartload for you. Some crazy prices coming your way in a couple of hours. Bye for now.